What's happening, sports fans? We welcome you back to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider, and we're going to rotate left for our big guest reveal. It's the Clairemont Chieftains, the water polo team. What's going on, everybody? Let's go down the line real quick. We have two shifts again because water polo teams don't mess around. They roll deep. Football players are like, all right, we can scrounge together a backup tight end, and you'll get what you get. Water polo teams, they represent. Grade, name, position, please, as we go down the line.
My name is Barrett Satry. I'm a senior, and I play in the field, or like 4-5 side specifically.
My name's Taiki Aihara, and I'm a senior, and I play 1-2 side.
Is he honestly, though, just a one-name kind of guy? Just people only know him as Taiki?
Oh.
Deal.
I'm Lucas Becker. I play guard, and I'm a senior.
I'm Riley Heseltine. I'm a goalie, and I'm a senior.
My name's Dylan Watkins. I'm a senior, and I play on the 1-2 side.
And I'm Coach Joey in my 10th season at Clairemont.
For both guys and girls, 10 seasons? Or
Yep. This will be my 10th for both.
Very nice. So, guys, we are, 3 weeks into team practices, games, 2 weeks in? How are we looking? How are you guys feeling about this year's team? Coming off of one of, if not best, seasons ever last year.
Absolutely. Last season, we were very thrilled to have an undefeated regular season. The prior season before that, we only had won 7 games with a young squad, but all these guys worked
So that
really
was
hard.
this group that was all of you guys as sophomores going through the learning. So everything did pay off. All of coaches like, hey, I know we're losing, but hang in there. It actually did. Oh, yeah. Cool. That's all that you don't get to see that very often in real life.
No, this group's really bonded, and I said, I give them credit. These 5 boys in particular have they've been putting in the work year round. They all play for La Jolla United, where I coach in the off season. And I said, you know what? I think these guys, we learned a lot last season, and we're really excited to see what we can do now. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what the team looks like this year. What can people expect from you guys in the pool?
We're just going to be coming out strong, honestly. I don't think any of the boys want to repeat.
It's a solid
what
assist
happened.
as he continues to back away from the mic.
Well, I don't think any of the boys really want to repeat what happened last year, and I'm pretty sure we're all pretty motivated. And
So is that the big chip on the, like, you guys are still angry, but you haven't done we're just going to forget about it. You've gone to the other side. We're angry and we're going to scorched earth until we get back to that championship game.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's like a redemption for sure. I think we all want revenge, and just
couldn't rest on undefeated regular season. Felt nice, like building blocks. You guys like we're killer mentality. Where does that come from? Was that a collective decision, or how did you guys just last year ended with such a bad taste in your mouth that you can't get it out?
Yeah, I think all the boys we were just on a roll, and I think none of the boys really expected us to, kind of.
We got too used to winning all the time.
No, yeah, and then for sure we were a little too confident. But I know everyone learned from our mistakes, and everyone knows what.
Well, and I think I ask it though because this is the shortest off season you'll ever have in your entire career. Like, what, a month basically out of high school season. Yeah. So everything really actually it's not we had a whole club season, we watched the girls play, we had spring, we had something like great, whatever. This is fresh in a lot of your minds as you're suiting back up. So I think it's a rare snapshot. Just you guys are a one of a kind class that will have Yeah, we remember that, and that was most of all of us still. We're still angry about that. So are you guys going to then be running up score? Like, does that after 10 take your foot off the gas? What is polite in a water polo game at which point to stop putting a dent on the scoreboard?
You want to talk?
Well, I guess it depends on how much you don't like the team you're playing. But yeah, if you have 10, you definitely you have a very, very good sized lead.
So is that when you guys swap out and the people still in the waiting room for the studio get their time to play? Is that how this kind of breaks down? Is this senior heavy to start every game for you lineup wise?
It's a balance. I'd say it's a good balance of seniors starting and seniors that bring in a lot of leadership when they come in off the bench. And like I said, in terms of running it up, so we're not a team that particularly likes to run up a score.
No, I'm just asking.
Team.
My question was, what is polite? I genuinely don't know because I cover so many different sports that it's like lacrosse coaches are like, what's polite is when the team leaves crying. The only thing that's polite there is that you can brag to your friends that you made a grown man cry. Other sports are like, oh yes, you got to respect it. At 5, you just, field hockey, they stop making that sport interesting at all. They just start passing it, and passing in the middle of a field hockey field, not the business, man. Don't recommend it for anybody. But water polo pools are pretty short. So that's where I feel like you ultimately can't necessarily get away with entirely not playing offense. You have to keep scoring eventually. Or you can just rotate the goalie out into the field and guarantee that nothing's going to ever come offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just playing. We'll play hard for 4 quarters, and but being respectful. So if we are and I'm sure we'll be in situations this season where we're more experienced than teams that we're playing against, and as long as we're not disrespecting them, yeah, sometimes scores. We like I said, a couple seasons ago, we were on the losing end of a lot of those lopsided ones, so we know what it feels like to be on that end. So I think, we play hard for 4 quarters, and as long as we're respecting our opponents and, we're giving them our all, I don't really see there being any problems.
What are you guys looking like pool-wise this year? You split it with just Mission Bay, and anybody else? You guys have pretty decent access, because Mar Vista was coming in just letting us know that the South Bay is a log jam trying to get to Parkview.
Always is over there, unfortunately for them. Yeah, we're just sharing with Mission Bay this season. And it's fine. As I said, obviously in the spring, it was difficult.
It was awful.
It was difficult for everybody.
Yes.
And pool time was limited for us and Mission Bay. But this year we both have our own practice times that work pretty well. So I think we're happy about that.
You guys are not in school yet, though?
No, we start on the 29th, 30th? 30th.
So nice to just have water polo, or are you guys like, hey, I want to get back to, because you only did Zoom, right? You never went back in person at the tail end of last year, right?
We went back in person for like a quarter.
Oh, you did go back for a little bit, so you're not like, oh my gosh, I want school to start because I want to see people for the first time in a while.
I mean, that would be kind of nice to get back to school, but
he's alone in that opinion, I'm guessing, in this room. We'll ask the second half of people, but hey, what are you doing, little one? Get out of here.
He's angry.
Here,
Give him the mic.
Yeah, an intermission for our lovable intern, Petco. Whenever you want to send that sponsorship, we would love to have you guys. All right. Go enjoy. Be gone with you. Hey, work from home has its advantages and disadvantages. So you guys practice crack of dawn? Is that the traditional water polo thing, or you guys got a good time slot right now?
That's Mission Bay.
Yeah.
They start practicing at like 5:30. No, we start around like 7:15 and usually go.
Because to me, that feels like the cliche water polo thing is that everybody doesn't understand that you guys are like the maniacs that get up at the crack of dawn and do 500 meters of butterfly and treading water or whatever before school has even started. And you're like, yeah, that's just a standard day. So give me the scoop. What does coach do that's the absolute worst? Like, what are you like, oh man, that's been, like, what's the go-to thing that for the last 2 weeks he's been like, this word or this thing or this whatever you're going to do, and you're like, oh man, I could do without that for the rest of my life.
I think
Dirty 30.
One of them would be the Dirty 30.
What's the what is the Dirty 30 top secret, or may we disclose what the Dirty 30
Give
is?
the other coaches ideas.
Well, the Dirty 30 is we have 30 100s, which is 100, which is 4 laps. Yeah.
It's down and back, down and back.
Yes. And on the way there was butterflies, right?
Yeah.
And then on the way back was underwater? No, that was the third one. No, what was the second one? It was head up freestyle. And then our third lap would be underwater. So we just try to get to the other side. And then our fourth lap was a sprint. And then after all that's done, we had to do 10 push-ups, but we had to do that 30 times. And under like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
It was.
Yikes.
I mean, we do it every year, so I'm pretty sure we're all used to it. But
Yeah.
It gets some of the freshmen, it gets some of the younger kids.
definitely,
yeah.
Is this so? It's not 100% completion rate on this, or does everybody end up completing?
Everyone
Finishes
completes
everyone
it.
finishes.
Yeah.
Different times.
Surprisingly.
It's just
Yeah.
the time gaps.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what are we looking at? Which one of you guys struggled the most, or who had the greatest improvement in this room in their Dirty 30 from freshman year until senior year?
I like to forget it.
I feel like I've gotten pretty good at them, but I don't know. Also, like from COVID, I kind of got out of shape.
Yeah,
But-
I did.
I don't know. He
We all
does. He
did.
does a pretty gnarly workout instead of the dirty 30, which is I can't do it for sure.
It was instead of swimming, I had to tread water with a weight ball across the pool, bring it there, freestyle, breaststroke back. No, wait, butterfly back, then carry the weight ball back across. Then we have like these 5-gallon jugs. It was like half full, and I had to lunge around the pool. I had to do that 15 times instead. So. 30.
It doesn't have quite the same ring, but it has quite the same amount of fear instilled in me, athletically speaking. None of that sounds good. Water polo players, I give you guys and hockey players the most credit for. Nobody understands exactly how insane surviving a season of your sport is. So what's going on below the water? It's just a hand-to-hand fight. Like, it's just a fist fight, right? Like when you get within 5 meters of that goal, you can't tell me you have a specific, like, oh, I'm going to know how this technique to hook them. It's just you're brawling with the other dudes.
It's always different who you're on because some kids can be like a lot bigger than you. Some kids can
A lot
be a lot
dirtier.
smaller. Yeah. I personally think I have a harder time guarding like smaller kids because they're so fast and I don't know, they're just so aggressive underwater. But that's just me.
You guys get nails checked like the girls do, or is that just the girls? That like, to me, that's the, oh, there's going to be bleeding at the end of this sport. Like, that's just a sign up for thing. Okay. It's kind of terrifying.
My back's been bleeding before because of kids' nails.
And do you realize it at the time, or do you get out and everyone else is like, hey, you're bleeding?
No, I get out and like someone will be like, dude, you're back. And I'm like, it's like just bleeding.
And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
didn't realize that. Yeah, see, that's what terrifies me, is that when on one end of the spectrum are like baseball players like, I sprained my ankle. And at the other end of the spectrum are water polo players that are like, I got stabbed, whatever. Like, well, you got, coach.
Yeah, I got a. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
I got a 6-inch scar on my chest from someone.
Wait. Do you know what the term burying the lead is?
I don't.
It's when you have a really cool, juicy story and you wait for someone else to tell a infinitely less interesting one in order to tell yours. I have a small scratch in my back. Oh, well, I was stabbed by a sword. Wait, what? Jeez! My goodness. Okay, but do tell. What happened?
I don't know. The guy was just being really annoying. It was against Mission Bay. Sorry, Mission Bay, but I wasn't really doing anything to him. But I just like sort of ignored him, and he just get more mad that I wasn't doing like.
You're not giving him attention.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's what's upsetting him.
That was the last straw, and then I went to the ref. I think because your instructions. I didn't want to, but I was told
Okay,
to go
so
to the
coach
ref.
is trying to de-escalate things nicely. I appreciate it.
And then I don't know if he got to play for the rest of the game. I'm not entirely sure, but he definitely got some punishment, I think, for that.
And you're sitting there like freaked out, like
No,
this
I
is a
was fine.
significant.
It wasn't like deep. It was just like a little flap of skin.
Did you keep playing?
Yeah, I kept playing.
Oh, jeez.
No,
Where in the 8-goal spectrum was this injury suffered?
After 3 or 4,
Yeah.
we need to stop this.
And you just were like, just enraged. You went Hulk mode.
Flesh wounds.
You're like, whatever, great, yeah. Like, did you no stitches or anything? Was it bleeding? I feel like that's
it
something
wasn't
that.
bad. It wasn't deep at all. It was just like.
Well, it's scarred nicely that you could
Yeah,
get away
that
with
is true.
saying that was the deepest puncture wound possible, and there's an exit wound out the back. That's a badass story. I could appreciate that. I really like that. Goalie get any of this or no? Do you get? It never really gets close enough to you, right?
I've been kicked a couple of times because like sometimes after I make a block, I have to swim it out, and then the kid will try to drown me. Oh wow! I hit
A couple
the
times accidentally.
yeah.
Deal. The friendly fire is what kicks in. Guys, I really appreciate it. You are all seniors, yes?
Yeah.
So let's ask this before we do the line shift: is what's the goal for this year? What are you guys trying to leave as a legacy for your senior class?
Maybe like just finish through and finish what we wanted to do last year.
CIF Division II victory. Win. Championship.
Yeah.
Deal.
That's about it.
I appreciate it, seniors. Let's go ahead and rotate in everyone else that was back here. Coach, while we are doing that, you guys can just, if you don't mind, go ahead and grab them out there. I will just ask you, Coach, after a decade, what has changed nicely? What is happening in the water polo community? Are we in a better place as a CIF section, as a water polo community than we were a decade ago?
I Yeah, I'd say so. I think the sport seems to be growing overall. I know there's quite a few schools, Francis Parker, for instance. Let's see. In my time coaching, I've seen quite a few schools add water polo on the boys and the girls side.
I'm a little concerned that they weren't just right outside waiting for us. I'm going to make sure that your players are okay.
Here we go.
All right, come on in.
Second line.
Second line, yep. One little second line.
Hey.
All right, cool.
Right.
You're going to make Malachi go all the way.
Here. He's gonna crawl in through here.
Good throw.
I mean, you should as Mike.
All right, second line. What's up? How's everyone going? Okay, quick rules for the studio is please talk as directly close into the microphone as possible. We were just talking to our seniors, so let's introduce everyone here is not a senior, correct? Or we have any seniors left? All right. Let's go left to right. Name, grade, and position, please.
All right.
Yes, please.
My name is Jakey Batten, and I play 1-2 side. I am a junior.
Michael Sobchak. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Angel Villa. I'm a junior, and I play set.
Malachi Sagostume. I play set, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Zach Barclay, and I am a 4-5/1-2 player, and I am a junior.
What's left out between 4 or 5? Just the 3? Just what you why did,
3, that would be where our guards play. Yeah.
At that point, I feel like you're an athlete. You're one of those football players. You're like, oh, I just play a little bit of everything. So welcome in, guys. We were just talking about kind of goals for the season, and it seems like expectations are set pretty high. How do you think the first couple of weeks have gone? Or we can just add subtitles and you guys can all just nod. That works as well.
Well, I think this week has gone well, and the last week was a pretty much just tiring from all the swimming and the amount of water polo we had to do, and it's just been intense for us right now, and that's it.
Definitely. Last week we went through Hell Week. Joey's pushing us hard, getting us in shape. Definitely good for the team. I love it. Doing all the swimming is great, and
you sound brainwashed. He's full in on that. What over the course of a season you'll play normally about 15, 22 games, somewhere in that range?
It's more 25 to 30.
25
honestly.
to 30.
Yeah.
Is there a point where the games start to physically wear on everybody and you have to lighten up the workload during the season? Or is it a consistent same thing you're doing this week you'll be doing 7 or 8 weeks from now? What does a season progression look like in terms of just load management?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably I would say most sports are similar in the sense that we're putting more emphasis on conditioning earlier in the season, and as we progress through towards the end, we're gonna less focus on the conditioning and more on our strategy, game planning for particular teams, and focused on actual, the X's and O's more as we get progressed through.
So you guys all got done with the Dirty 30 successfully? Everyone enjoyed that?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Actually enjoyed it? Yeah, right. Highly doubt that. Can you double check that door didn't just open, please? And if it did, the outdoor. Did the dog get out?
Yeah.
She's still inside? Deal. Perfect. Killer. Hey, come here. Come here, intern. I know. A lot of players coming and going. So what's the vibe pregame? How do you guys get pumped? We talked to some teams, they've got music, some teams some goofy kid is the emotional leader who gives the speeches. What gets you guys ready on game day?
So we have Joey's dad. He for home games he has music, and it's like our walkout song and everything. And we get hyped before the game by like.
So who's got the control of the aux cable? Who picks the music?
I think we do for the walkout song, but his dad for everything else.
So
yeah.
Dad's got good musical taste. Dad knows exactly the mood to keep the guy like. Hell yeah. For a 14-0 season or for a 14-0 run.
Yeah.
Oh, game announcing too. Yes?
Yeah.
Can you guys well then I've always wondered this. Can you actually hear anything in the middle of a water polo game?
Oh, yeah.
Like when you are out there and there is everything going on and you hear goal, like can you hear somebody say goal and then the name, or is there just so much
we all hear it. It's just it depends on what's going on. Like if there's like steals happening, ejections, and he'll like name the player, the number, and what grade they're in, and
Okay, so I asked this because I've always felt like water polo coaches have to yell per capita louder than any other coach in any other sport, and I've always wondered if it's just them and their existence. They just are people who like to yell, or if it's actually needed in order to get out there. Because I felt like it might be very, very loud. So you guys can hear some things in the middle of a game. It's not complete just whitewash and noise and whatnot. People out there talking trash.
Oh yeah.
Yes, is that successful? Can you get away with that without the refs hearing it because everyone's so close?
It depends.
It depends if you're like right next to the refs and they hear you like say a curse word by accident, they'll like be like, "Hey, you might not say that." Give you a warning, or maybe they'll give you a yellow card if you do it again after they gave you the warning.
So is it talking trash, or is it more the like you're just giving the body language thing where you're like, "Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I scored." Like, is there a fine? How do you walk that fine line?
It's
and I know that you're cringing at this, Coach, but I promise if we go too far in one direction, we'll stop.
It's like both. So if I turn someone or we do something good, like block someone when they try shooting it or something like that, we like get that out of here or something like that, and we do like body language and we get up like really high and stuff like that.
Who's the big rival?
UC and Mission Bay are like our biggest rivals, but we are unfortunately not playing them this season at all.
Either of them?
Yeah.
Because of releaguing or
Yeah.
That is the thing that I've now it breaks my heart with, as much as I love the newish system that CIF has gone to where you can allow for easy divisions up and down and everybody's always going to be winning that lowest division. That's a great story. They haven't won it ever before or something like that. The losing of rivalries. Like you guys would want that. You guys were bummed that you're missing those two schools? Yes, no?
Yes.
Even if they were easy cupcake games, you would still want them back, or does a rivalry not matter anymore if the games aren't close?
I don't think it matters. I mean, right now we're just looking forward to like winning.
You just want games. You know, you don't have anybody that you have circled on the schedule that you're like, we're really looking forward to that game a couple weeks out.
The Santana game.
Definitely. That's a reoccurring theme from the previous group of guys. You get them once this season?
Yep.
Towards the end?
Sorry.
Last game of the season. It's dramatic, Coach. That's dramatic. Did you schedule that intentionally?
I think Rod scheduled that intentionally.
Rod's your athletic director?
That's the Santana coach.
The Santana coach deal. That's a ballsy move. That's a ballsy move. We'll see how that pays off. But that'll be an exciting game to close out the season. You guys, who do you take? Who are the next couple of games?
Our first, we have a game on Thursday against Grossmont, and then we have
scrimmage or game
scrimmage, and then we have two Los Osos games where it's like we will play Los Osos and Altaloma on Saturday, and Rancho Cucamonga.
And then next week starts in-season in San Diego games. What's the first one that people can come check out?
The first one you can come check out is the classical home opener game at Clairemont. I forgot the date. What was it?
We'll include it. We'll include all the information in the bio for this video and on all the social media. Before we get out of here, does he have the best sock game on the team?
Yeah.
Burgers.
I don't know.
Nah. Burgers always. Chicken and waffles is basic.
Nah.
But it's.
I think Angel wins this one.
Yeah, Angel definitely wins this one.
No.
Angel wins the underwear game too.
That's not a line that we need to get to. We'll stick with just the socks there, but those are higher than any that I've seen in a while. So that's where I was like, that seems like you committed very solidly to that choice.
Yes.
So you don't do you wear those during the game?
No.
Okay. You should.
I will do it on our senior game. I will do it for the senior game.
That makes no sense. I do enjoy the braces though being school colors. That is a very nice thing that I think is a nice school spirited touch. Do uniforms matter? Like do you guys be like, hey, we need cool new caps or anything like? Because football teams, basketball teams, like all the other sports will be like, oh man, I can't wait to debut these new uniforms this year. Do you ever change up the caps? Do you guys want cool new, like, does a team ever go like, we want black caps?
No, I like the caps. They're pretty drippy. They're like,
Yeah.
they're just. I like the caps. They don't need
Slight amount of shame with that, Coach.
They don't need to get changed.
Hey, embrace them. Embrace them. No cap, man. No cap. Or what?
We do different Speedos every year. I let the seniors pick the design on that.
Okay.
And I guess this year's are they drippy? Is that am I
They're
saying that
very
right?
drippy. Yes.
Icy, drippy. Yeah, something like that.
Just vibing.
Coach, look, you say it, but there was somebody older than you sitting in that chair who coaches a football team that leaned in and said, sheesh, as an answer to one of the questions. So it's going to eventually wear you down. You're going to eventually give in and start talking like them. It will happen at some point. And hey, we'll be here to cover it.
I just don't know if I'm cool enough. I don't know.
You're pretty cool.
That doesn't come with making the finals on an undefeated season. I think that your sheesh level cool for making a finals on an undefeated season. Guys, we really appreciate you coming in. Best of luck this season. Thank you to the seniors that were all there. Like I said, we will have all the information on their schedule so you can go check them out at their home opener against Classical. And best of luck this season, guys.